Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Michael Shu, and today I'll be telling you everything you need to know about ATP-CTP training and what to expect. Be sure to watch to the very end of the video as I'll be giving you guys some tips and advice on best to use your time during your training. If you guys aren't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you guys went down and smash the subscribe button, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. My goal this year is to reach 10,000 subscribers. I know it's a big goal, but you guys can help me right now with one click right down there. And be sure to leave any comments if you guys have any questions about ATP-CTP training. Let's dive right in. First off, what is ATP-CTP? It's a course designed to help general aviation pilots to transition to becoming an airline pilot. You guys might be wondering, who are the people that joins this ATP-CTP course? Well, if you're like me and hired on by an airline, your airline will pay for your training and they will send you to this ATP-CTP training. However, there are other people other than airline pilots that also attend this ATP-CTP course, such as corporate pilots or military pilots. And I believe these are the people that need to pay out of pocket for this course. This course consists of 7 days, 4 days of ground training, and 3 days of simulator days. All right, guys, we finished the first day. We did it. First day complete. Gotta say, training for ATP-CTP isn't that hard. We watched a lot of videos. The instructor was telling us a lot of stories about his flying. So overall, ATP-CTP, like everyone says, it's not that stressful. And so far, day one, it's correct. It's not that bad. The big thing I'm worried about is the written test. There are a lot of questions on Shepherd Air to memorize, to learn. So that's a big thing I'm worried about. But other than that, after day one, I'm feeling pretty good. A lot less nervous, a little bit more confident. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You're sitting in a room from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., so a lot of sitting. What's nice is you do get a bunch of breaks. You're able to walk around, stretch your legs, talk to other pilots, which is a lot of fun. But that's it for day one. Keep watching. Please hit the like button. Keep subscribing. The ground training can be pretty exhausting and brutal, especially depending on who your instructors are. 8-hour day, and you get a couple 10-minute breaks here and there, and you get a 1-hour lunch break. The instructors are all very knowledgeable, have a lot of experience. So whenever they tell stories, make sure you are listening because those stories are the most valuable, and to me, they were the most interesting things. However, during your 4 days of training, you go over topics such as aerodynamics, safety, systems, crew resource management, all subjects you probably heard of while training to become a pilot. There's nothing new. At the end of the course, you'll have to take a test in order to complete this course. And you have to complete this course in order to take your knowledge exam. And just like all other knowledge exams, you have to score 70% or higher in order to pass. So, just to be clear, there are 2 tests. One for the ATP-CTP course, and once you pass that, you get a certificate saying you have completed the course. And once you get that certificate, then you can take your ATP knowledge exam. Don't worry, the ATP test is not that hard. All you have to do is choose the longest answer or the all the above answer. The instructors will tell you that multiple times. If you choose the longest answer or the one that's all the above, they are usually right and you will be fine. However, during the ATP knowledge exam, that is a lot harder. There are over 1,000 questions to study. So be sure to really take your time and study that. I highly recommend using Shepherd Air to study for that ATP knowledge exam. There are a lot of questions and I would hate for you to fail, especially if the airline is paying and they see you fail. That is not going to be a good sign. So be sure you are studying and you are certain that you will pass. Next off, let's talk about the simulator. Simulator is separated into 3 days and you'll be flying 3 different aircrafts. For me, I flew the Boeing 737, Airbus A320, and the Embraer 145. However, only 2 of them were full motion, and I gotta say, it was my first time being in a full motion simulator, and it was a lot of fun. You feel the turbulence, you feel a bad landing, you feel everything in those simulators, and it's gonna be a blast. The instructors teaching those simulators also have a lot of experience, so be sure to ask them questions. Ask them questions about the aircraft. Ask them questions about what it's like flying in the airlines. They are there to help you and instruct you and teach you. So if you have any questions, not just regarding to the aircraft, not just questions regarding to the simulator, but if you have any questions, ask them. They're there to help you. So during my simulator session, we had a lot of questions about what it's like to schedule, commuting, what it's like flying in the airlines, what the pay is like, and those instructors, like I said, have a lot of experience, so don't be afraid to ask questions. So that's pretty much the outline of ATP-CTP training. You have 4 days of ground training and then 3 days of simulator. You take a test, and then once you pass that, you get the certificate. Once you get your certificate, you are able to take the ATP knowledge exam. Other things that you guys might be concerned about, like what to eat during training. If you guys are like me, flying into Dallas, Texas for training, you guys don't have a car, it's not gonna be convenient for you guys to go to different restaurants, to go grocery shopping, right? But at the hotel you're staying at usually provides free breakfast, which I really love. They had waffles and eggs and yogurts and bagels, all the free food. I personally really loved it. However, some of my classmates, they got tired of it after the second or third day. For lunchtime, ATP recommends a food delivering app. It's free delivery, but it's a mandatory 18% tip. There's a lot of food from the food delivery app that looked really good. So if you don't have a car, you are able to get food from the food delivery app. However, for me, during lunches, I was fortunate that I had a friend who had a car then, so we would go to different restaurants such as Whataburger. If you guys never tried Whataburger, let me just save you time and don't try it because it's not that good. And if you're from Texas, I'm sorry, but it's like Burger King at best. But sometimes we went to Whataburger, we went to Panera. There's some days that I just got food from the grocery store. So morning I had hotel breakfast food, which was good because it's free. Lunch, sometimes we'd go out, and then dinner, frozen food. That's pretty much what I did for food. But if you guys do have a car, there are some restaurants I highly recommend. First off is Hard 8. This is an authentic barbecue place, which they smoke it in really big grills. And once you're in Texas, you gotta try Texan barbecue. And Hard 8 is one that's nearby the airport, that's not too far away, but it's one I highly recommend. They have some really good quality barbecue, so definitely check out Hard 8 when you're there. Gotta try it. Next off, if you're like me and you want Asian food, you gotta check out Asia Times Square. That is an area that has a lot of different Asian food. And for me, I love Asian food. We had dim sum, and there was boba, all the Asian food you can imagine. Asian Times Square. Go check that out. Those are the 2 restaurants that I do recommend. If you guys don't happen to have a car, I would highly recommend getting an Uber, going to Hard 8, because that's one place you gotta try when you are in Texas. Last but not least, like I promised, here are some tips and advice to best use your time during ATP training. Number 1, I'm gonna say is study Shepherd Air, okay? You're gonna be in a room for 8 hours a day, which is a lot of time. And make sure you get a good score. Tip number 2 I would have for you guys is to make friends. If you guys are sent to ATP training by the airlines, it's most likely after ATP, you guys are gonna go in-dock training. So try to make as many friends as you guys possibly can, so that when you go to in-dock training, you already know who everyone is, and you guys are able to study together. So those are 2 really important advice, is study for Shepherd Air when you can. They recommend you not to study for it, but like I said, you have a lot of time. So take 1 hour and study for it every day, or 2 hours in class, you'll be fine. Tip number 2, make as many friends as possible. Tip number 3 is on that test, like I said earlier again, pick the longest answer or pick all the above. That's an easy test. Maybe there are some notes on Quizlet. Go check it out. Quizlet, ATP-CTP, I don't know. You can check it out. But that's gonna be it for my whole video on ATP-CTP and what to expect. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you thought it was useful. Be sure to subscribe. Like I said, I'm trying to reach 10K. If you have comments, be sure to leave them. Hope to see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys later. Bye.